And Brazil's Supreme Court has sentenced former President Jair Bolsonaro to 27 years in prison for plotting a coup. Now, the judges voted 4-1 to convict Bolsonaro of plotting to overthrow Lula da Silva following his October 22 election defeat by the left-winger. Well, the sentence could see the 70-year-old leader spend the rest of his days in jail. Bolsonaro was found guilty of leading an armed criminal organization, attempting the violent abolition of the democratic rule of law, organizing a coup d'etat and causing qualified damage to federal property and protected cultural assets. Now, defense lawyers for Bolsonaro say that they will appeal the verdict.
I set the final sentence for the defendant Jair Bolsonaro at 27 years and 3 months, consisting of 24 years and 9 months of imprisonment and 2 years and 6 months of detention.
Well, Bolsonaro himself did not attend the verdict hearing in the capital, Brasilia, instead following the proceedings from his residence, where he is under house arrest. His 7 co-accused, including former ministers and military chiefs, were also convicted. Bolsonaro, a former army captain who served a single term from 2019 to 2022, claims that he is a victim of political persecution. On the streets, Brazilians remain divided over the historic conviction. Now, the trial drove a deep wedge through Brazilian society between those primarily who were on the side of the left, who saw it as a vital test of the country's democracy, from those mainly on the right, who viewed it as a political show trial.
I believe that if he did wrong things and the court judged him with the evidence that was presented and according to the law, a conviction would be well received by the court that conducted the trial. I think it's favorable.
I think the condemnation is shameful, to be quite honest. I think it's unfair.
Now, the trial has also led to an unprecedented crisis in relations between the United States and longtime ally Brazil. Washington was quick to respond to the conviction. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the United States will respond accordingly to what he called a politically motivated witch hunt. Trump, who had levied steep tariffs on Brazil as punishment over Bolsonaro's prosecution, labeled the verdict very surprising.
President as the leader of a country, and I always found him to be very straight, very outstanding. Actually, as a man, a very outstanding man. I think it's a terrible thing. Very terrible. I think it's very bad for Brazil.
Brazil's government on Thursday rejected U.S. threats. Writing on X, the Brazilian Foreign Ministry said that threats like those made today by the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio will not intimidate our democracy.